Hi, Cyber World. My name's Scott Payne, and I'm the Executive Director of Inner City Mission. And you see behind me our front door. On October 9th and 10th, we're going to be sitting here for 24 hours, starting at 2 p.m. on October 9th, ending at 2 p.m. on October 10th. Now, during that time, we're going to be doing one major thing, and that is talking about and talking with people who have experienced and who have watched the transformational love of Jesus Christ. And so we're inviting you to be with us, drop in for a few minutes, drop in for a few hours, or hey, come spend the whole 24 hours with us. We have several things in store for the evening to just celebrate the wonders of how Jesus transforms lives. Just to give you a little bit of taste, this is Isaac. He is my son. He also works at Inner City Mission. And I'm going to ask him that question. So, Isaac, around the mission, have you experienced or has seen life being transformed by the love of Jesus Christ?
I certainly have. So I was kind of born and raised here, as you know. So my mom and dad came here in 1993. I was born in 97. So this has always been a second home to me. So my entire life, I've seen countless stories of transformation. Probably the one that's the most foundational to me. There was a young man named Solomon who was actually my same age growing up. And so I got to become best friends with Solomon living here. And when I was young, I didn't fully understand their story, but I knew that him and his mom and his sister came here out of a very toxic environment. His mom was in an abusive relationship. She kind of sought safety here.
And Sarah's going to be telling her story on
Great.
October 9th, actually, about 4:40. So
That's great.
there you go.
So Sarah actually works here with us now. She's on staff and has been with us for like 10 plus years. So she's like a sister to me now. But when I was little, seeing Solomon, he had a lot of questions about life and how it should be. He had a lot of complex emotions that he would show at times. And I didn't really understand it because I was pretty young. But the longer he was here, I start to see how the adults, the staff, start to just be intentional with him and to love on him and to start to change him from the inside out and help him become a young godly man. And so I now know Solomon he's married. He's actually went into the National Guard. He had a small singing career for a moment, but he's raising his own 2 children in Florida and is doing really, really well. And he's able to provide a loving environment for his children, just like he was able to receive all years here at Inner City Mission. And so, yeah, certainly I was a kid kind of seeing all that unfold, but just my friendship with him was amazing because of how it also spoke life into me and helped me understand just the different life situations that people are coming out of.
How did that make you feel when you saw Solomon, who really didn't have the same foundational relational resources that you had? What did that change your life in any way, or how did that affect you? Did it make you upset, mad? You feel like you were, how did it make you feel?
Sure, yeah. Well, I'm the youngest of 6, so there was never a shortage of people I could go to, as you know, or we have a big family. If I had questions about life, if something came up and I was not sure what I should do, if I was trying to understand how to live like Jesus lived, I could always come to you or mom or one of my older siblings and get, I'd say, wise counsel. And that really shaped me and gave me an understanding of what it looked like to live like Jesus did. And so when I would be at Inner City Mission and interact with like Solomon or other residents and recognize that they just did not have those type of people in their lives. I mean, Sarah loved him immensely, and she would do anything to keep him and his sister safe, but she was in survival mode. So she was constantly trying to just get food on the table, get them in a safe environment where they wouldn't be hurt by somebody. You know, there wasn't necessarily a ton of time to dive deep into what it meant to really live life with Jesus every moment. And so to have that,
Sorry. Yeah. No, I'm going to interrupt just a second because you hit on something that I want to tell our cyber world a little bit about. One of the things that he just mentioned, we're doing this not to pretend like we're homeless in any way, shape, or form. We're doing a 24-hour live event to illustrate the fact that homelessness never stops. You don't come at 5 o'clock and the whistle blows and your life is different. You don't get the weekends. You don't get the holidays. And so when Isaac talked about Sarah, which is so true, with so many of the residents when they walk through our door, the trauma and the chaos that they bring with. I just wanted to explain that's why we're doing it outside 24 hours. So when you see us doing this, remember, homelessness doesn't stop without somebody stepping in, and especially the love of Jesus Christ. And anything else? I know I interrupted you.
Oh no.
I
Yeah, well, just seeing that type of ministry unfold around me, it definitely lit a fire in my life from a young age to how can I be more intentional with the relationships that I've been given, that I was blessed with. I didn't earn those relationships. I was born into a family that gave me that type of relational wealth. And so how can I actually take that love and that, upbringing and share that with people, not just at Inner City Mission, but in whatever setting I'm at. And so I knew from a pretty young age that I wanted to do ministry. I didn't know if it'd be homeless ministry. I'm thankful that God opened doors here. Now
well,
I'm
you
working
kind of
here.
went in a different direction. What actually brought you back here then? Why come back work at the mission when you had so many other opportunities of ministry?
Yeah, I was thinking for a while I was going to go overseas and do intercultural studies and missions. So somewhere in a different culture, and still might do that one day. Who knows? But as we were pursuing that, it felt like God was really opening my eyes and my wife's eyes to just the culture that's at Inner City Mission. That I had a very unique upbringing to understand, to kind of bridge that gap between the Christian world and I'd say the poverty world, and how we can be in the middle of that. And so, in a lot of ways, learning those different unique ways of living life that the homeless world brings out, I saw that from a young age. And so, kind of using my childhood and that unique one foot in the homeless world and one foot in, I'd say, more of the middle class world, and try to be that bridge. Just it felt like God gave me an aha moment of like, you don't have to go across the ocean to do cross-cultural missions. You don't even have to go into a different state. And it ended up, I just went 3 blocks south of my house. And so now I'm trying to understand how to be a bridge between different cultures in Springfield. And so obviously this is my family that works here too. So it's just, there's a lot of amazing things I get to experience at Inner City, but it's really just seeing how God gets a hold of different people, our residents, our staff, our volunteers, and helps help them all grow and look more like Him every single day. And so I learn a lot every day just talking to our residents and to everyone that comes through our doors. So I'm very, very thankful for that.
And on October 9th and 10th, we're going 24 hours from 2 p.m. on October 9th to 2 p.m. on October 10th. You're going to hear more stories like this of transformation of people who work with, but then also we have over 25 different residents, former residents, who have life transformational stories. And I'm just so excited for you to hear, especially those of you out there who have supported the mission through your prayers, through bringing donations, through food and bringing clothing and supplying the financial resources to keep our doors open, because we don't take any government money. And so without you, our doors would be closed. And one of the hardest things for me to do is to be able to tell you and show or express, especially we write a lot of letters and we tell you the stories, but I'm always looking at ways that how can I help you feel more connected to what we're doing, because your support allows us to do this every day and see these transformational lives happen, see these transformational stories come about. One of the other things that I was always surprised about early on coming in to the mission, I thought that people who lived here would never want to tell their story. And that's something that I learned very quickly wasn't true. When people started to change, when their lives started to transform, they wanted to start telling people about how Jesus did that for them. And so over the years, we've been praying about and thinking about and trying to figure out how can we tell these stories? How can we let some of our folk come back and share with you? And this conversation on a bench came up, and we thought, you know what? That's a great idea. Let's see if we can put it together. We've just been working on this about 8 weeks. And so I'll tell you, it's just, we threw it together, but we've seen the love of Christ working every step of the way to help teach us and show us how to best maybe do this. So on October 9th at 2 p.m., we're beginning. We'll end October 10th at 2 p.m. come spend a couple minutes with us, come spend a couple hours, come spend 24 hours with us. I just want to, though, just thank you for being a part of our audience, and thank you for your support of the mission.